to the first ever School of Noob Warzone edition, where you and I break down gameplay to learn from our mistakes and from our success how we can get better, breaking down strategies, gameplay, and so much more for Warzone. Let's get into it. This map is solo, and you can see it's a fairly northwestern circle, and we decided to go for this recon here. I always like to get a recon or something early on, especially in solos, because if you are just raw looting in the new Verdansk, very often you don't get enough for a loadout. You got to do some form of a contract, and recons help you later on. Here we are dropping in. We have one person slightly in front of us, so I'm intentionally hanging back just to see where they go. I can see he goes towards the boneyard, but we'll see where he actually ends up. I make sure to secure that recon right away. We get lucky and actually get a UAV. Now, typically you want to save your UAVs for a different time, but because I know an enemy's near, I decide to pop it right away, find where he is, now hunt him down. So I know he's on the bottom floor because there's no arrows up in the mini-map here. I hear him running, trying to creep in, get this guy out of the way. Now I hear him open up a door. I hear him running outside. There he is, out the window. So I want to get him before he goes too far. I see him again on the mini-map here. And let's pause it right here. I have a Cypher with 30 rounds. If he's running up here a little bit further when I see him, I don't take this shot because I'm not going to be able to finish him before he gets through that gap. But I have trust in the Cypher and trust in my recoil control, and I'm pretty sure I can finish him off before he gets there, so this isn't even a fight. Shots aren't perfect, but I get enough on. I actually have 1 round left. I go and grab that Car 98. Now I know that this portion of the map, not necessarily the boneyard, but this side, this west side of the map should be good, at least for the next moment, to get that secure. I see this chopper up here. I try a bunch of shots. Let me be honest. I missed all of them. As I grab the secure, though, I'm keeping an eye on that helicopter just in case he decides to push. While I'm waiting on the recon, I actually pull up the mini-map because I can see the helicopter here. If I mark that helicopter, when it gets picked up, it'll ding for a second and it'll disappear from my mark because now it's an enemy. It's kind of a free way to know whether or not someone has gotten in a vehicle near you if you suspect there's someone around, which I know they got a helicopter. Of course, they're going to continue to use that helicopter. Recon complete. I do get a trophy, which is extremely valuable in solos. So now I am only $200 short of a loadout. We're trying to see what's going on. I got my bounty ready to go, so I'm going to start heading that direction. But right here, I see a recon in the sky. It's subtle, but this right here is a recon fading into the ground. So there must be somebody over there that has triggered that recon. So now I know there's a bounty over to my right, and there's at least one person directly in front of me within the next 150 meters or so. It's all about gathering as much information as possible, especially in solos. You want to try to clear out your section of the map and move methodically, not randomly, so that you can be pretty confident which direction players will be coming from as the circle gets tighter and tighter. You'll see that much more as the round progresses. So I'm keeping an eye out here. I don't see him yet. And then I remembered the train now has recons on it. And that would have been about where the train was back in the day before it faded. So I'm looking for him. Okay, I see him here. I missed my first couple shots. This is the stock car. I don't know what the velocity is on it, so I got to get used to that again. But I know he's going to come by because he's trying to get that recon. I've got full advantage here. Be patient and make your shots count. I would like to loot this guy because he's probably gotten 2 or 3 recons. Most likely he was camping the train and just getting the recon over and over again. It's a risky maneuver, as you can see. Oh, so I get a shot here. I know he's back there, so I'm going to try to get the right angle so that I'm mostly protected, but I would like to take a couple shots at him. Miss. Miss again. Contact that time. I'm hoping he'll repeat because I'll get it, but he doesn't repeat. But that gets him off my back. And check that out, a fat bag of cash because he's just been cranking out the recon. So now we're sitting only about 3-4 minutes into the round, and we have $19,000. That's a lot. Now, I have this buy station up here, which I would like to go to, but there is my problem. I see a unnatural car spawn. Especially in solos, if there's an unnatural car spawn near a buy station, this means there is either somebody still at the buy or somebody around the buy. Now, if he's already done a recon and knows that he's going way, way up, there's a small chance he may have, drifted up this direction. This early in the game, he's probably either near the buy station here or he's gone inside the bunker here. So my alerts are already up knowing there is an enemy in this area. Tread with caution. Right here, here's the car. There's the buy station. Now, the door is still shut to the bunker. Doesn't mean that he's not in there. What I should do is honestly go up top first, up here, but I don't. I just full send it to the buy station because it hasn't been used yet. That is pretty risky. I tried to throw the loadout so it goes below.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
And now I'm going to drop down, grab my loadout. So I decide here to buy a UAV, buy a self, and a gas mask. So I spent almost all my money, but now I have a gas mask, a UAV, and I have my loadout. Now, I learned later that I already had a gas mask because I wasn't paying attention. That's my fault. Now, at this point, we are fully geared up for the match, honestly. So we're going to start searching for that player. Now, see the circle? We know where the next circle is, way up here. So there's a high chance that this is going to finish somewhere, I would say probably in this area. It's not a guarantee, but circles on the edge, in my experience, tend to stay towards the edge. And you can actually go a little further north here, and it'll be all the northwest here. So I'm going to start making my way up. This is a long stretch early on, but I have no reason to go back into Boneyard, to go back into Superstore, Storage Town, and expose myself to a bunch of unnecessary kills. Now, if you want to be a kill hunter, you can do that. But unless you're really, really, really good, you're probably not going to get wins. I'm making the decision that I'm going to be a little more passive for most of this mid game and play it strategically, then rack up my kills towards the end game, hopefully securing the dub. Let's go straight up, hug this wall, and start eliminating people strategically so that I know where people are and where people are not. So now I'm checking different bushes and testing my ability to hide in them. Check this out. This emote is crazy overpowered if you're wearing one of the ghillie suits. You're not going to get found in there unless you are very purposely looking in. Okay, first and foremost, note there are 1, 2, 3 loadout drops. I have one. That means there's 2 other enemies that are not only live, but are probably heading this direction soon. I could go get my gunfighter AK with the 8 attachments, but it comes at a pretty high chance that someone's going to snipe me. One of these 2 people or maybe somebody else camping up in here in these buildings where they always camp. So I make the decision just to lie low and hopefully find that player that left up here, this car. Remember, I haven't found that guy yet. Let's go find him. So I want to scrape all the way back to the boundary here because nobody can go in the boundary behind me. And then see if I can find someone. I'm trying not to ADS too much because that does give away your glint if somebody's looking towards me. And then I hear some movement, and there he is. Waiting on the loadout. So if I would have gone straight for that loadout, he probably catches me out in the open, and I'm going to the gulag. Not today, son. At this point, I'm pretty confident that's the guy that had the car. You can see the gas is closing in. I'm just making sure that player number 2 is not coming for his loadout.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Because I have Ghost, that UAV won't trigger because I'm moving. I decide to pop my UAV and see if there's anybody nearby. It's earlier than I would like to use it, but I see 1, 2, 3 people inside the boneyard. I'm not going to worry about them right now. There's a good chance they're going to start heading more inland. If not, I'll still keep an eye on my back here. So I'm still hugging that left side boundary. By hugging that western boundary, it guarantees that nobody is west of me and nobody is south of me. I'm expecting there to be at least 1 player up here. Which I do not see anybody. But wait, ding, 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 ding. I see a car on the mini-map. Where there is a vehicle in an awkward spot, there is most likely a player. So already my alarm system is up and alert looking for that player. Here I decide to walk ADS because I'm in no rush and it will make it so my footsteps are much quieter. Now notice here, we not only have a car, we also have an out of place helicopter. Now nobody flies here to pick up anything. I'm assuming there's at least 2 people either here or further up north. So I'm trying to lay low, trying to find them before they find me. I didn't do a great job of looking up left up there, which they could be up there. So if they were hiding up there, they might have gotten a free jump on me. So next time I'll look much further left to make sure I clear all the angles. But I've already looked up the mountain. I've looked ahead. Still nobody. So maybe they're in there, but I honestly don't know. And I don't want to use a UAV at this point. That feels very wasteful. I know the helicopter's down there. You could take the helicopter and fly around for a while, but I feel pretty confident because I've cleared out everything behind me. I hear some steps here. Hear that? Boom. There we go. There he is. Bushwhacking it. Nope, that's my job. And take him out. So I know that's one, but I'm pretty confident there's still going to be a second one. I honestly don't know where that guy was and how he didn't see or hear me. But because of my patience, we were able to locate him. Now we're inside a circle. I typically prefer to play more aggressive, but at this point, there's no real advantage of moving fast or moving in the map because we already have the circle. I heard some shots way north to my left. So I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. There's at least one sniper up north, probably high up in the mountains, just a bit ahead of me. And I see a guy down there. But I only really want to take this shot if I think I can hit it. Right now, if I start shooting at these helis, I might hit it. But they're moving so much, I'm probably not going to hit it. Then I'm revealing my position. So I decide to lay low here. Now, at this point, the gas is almost to circle, but I'm double checking my backside to make sure nobody's sneaking. And look, right there, there's a player. I see him. He's laying down. He's still trying to gatekeep people from the gas. Doesn't know I'm there. Game over. So that's 2 people. I'm pretty sure I got the guy with the helicopter and the guy with the car. The gas is so close. I'm very confident there's nobody to my south now. So I'm actually going to take the helicopter and go drop it far away. I want to get rid of any evidence because if I know people are there, if the helicopter's there, somebody else is going to see that helicopter on the map and say, I know there's a dude up in the clouds. Now, I take this recon drone. Recon drones are extremely useful, especially in solos. Take them if you can. That circle has closed. Let's move on to the next one. Almost central circle. We still have this entire area of the map, which is the very high ground on the northwest. That's where I want to start heading, especially in these mountains here. But at this point, I'm not confident the circle's going to end here. It's much more likely that it's going to end a little more inland, which is not really good news for my positioning, but I'm going to have to deal with that if it moves there later. This is where having a couple more recons would be great because you'd know right where to go. Here, I'm continuing to scrape the very western edge of the map, knowing that nobody's going to come behind me. And I make the decision here. I'm pretty sure I can actually go out of bounds and around and get this very high ground. So I pull out my melee to run faster. And sure enough, I have plenty of time to make that. Now I know I'm at the highest point of the map on this side. So I'm going to continue to scrape that western edge. I really should take a couple peeks backwards at this point, which I haven't done. Okay, there we go. Just making sure nobody's following me. And I'm very, very exposed to my right or the eastern side. This is a great spot here, but it's just outside the circle, so I don't want to stay here. So I'm trying to find a spot that is both covered from the eastern side, because if anybody's looking at me with a sniper rifle right now, from that side, I'm completely exposed up on this mountain. So we're in a good spot here. I see another helicopter. I mark it. Now here's a nice little valley I can chill on. I just got to watch for ATC tower, make sure nobody's sniping from there. I still know the helis are up there, but we'll deal with them another time. So I'm trying to move in a little bit further so that I can cover my back, because right now to the right, if somebody pulls up behind me, I don't have great cover. I do have this tree to use. I want to shoot so bad, but I practice a little bit of trigger discipline, which hats off to me. That's hard. All right, gas is closing once again. I see that helicopter on the map. I mark it, and ooh. This is about as bad of a map pull as I could possibly get in this position. Because I got Firehouse up here. I got Dam. Those are all out. Look where I have to go now. This is literally worst case scenario circle. Not only is my high ground completely chalked, but I have to get down to this area And if I jump off this cliff and pull my chute, I could either be getting shot from people behind that haven't left yet, that are looking this way, or getting shot by people that are on the dam, getting shot by people that already have position in these different areas inside the circle, or even down here in these buildings. So I have a huge decision to make. This next decision and timing will either make or break my game. At this point, I'm silenced. I'm hoping I can eliminate one helicopter. I can't hit my shots. I got to practice more and know what the velocity and all that is on the HDR. I'm just shooting way behind him here. That's my fault. I just missed my shots. So I'm still going to double check my back. We have 22 seconds until the circle pulls in. Now's when it is really going to matter when I move, how I move. So I need to start moving forward. I don't have my second UAV here. I wish I did. I have $9,000, but nowhere to get anything safely. I see shots down below. Now, right here, I get extremely lucky. These guys start fighting right in front of me just before I jumped. If I would have jumped 5 seconds earlier, I get killed. Now I got a free shot. Because I'm shooting with the non-silenced AK, I love that compensator for the recoil control. I am going to take a few pop shots at this helicopter. Again, my snipes are not there yet. They're starting to get dialed in, but I need to learn the range on the HDR. Grab all the goodies, see if there's anything I can really use. Not a lot. I've got a boatload of money, but no place to really buy anything with safely, especially at this point in solos. A Polaris vehicle just drove in right here, so I know there's a person here. Also, I know that this little section of this building is in for the next circle pull. So that's going to be a very high probability spot that someone will be sitting there to see where the circle goes next. This is the scary part. I just have to go for it. All right, the vehicle drove away. I'm just going to have to go for it and hope nobody sees me, snipes me, or shoots me out. I'm trying to move erratically, trying to drop my chute so I'm not just a hanging pinata for everybody. I land on the roof, which is okay. I was trying to land on the other side, but that worked out. I want to get inside this building as fast as possible and wait for this next circle to pull in. So now I'm listening. There's things. Oh, I hear footsteps there. There you go. Get the enemy nearby. Get a couple shots. This guy absolutely bots it. I don't know. He just walked slowly in. I don't really know what he was doing. But I'll take it. That's a free kill. Get the heartbeat sensor. Also, let me know if there's anything that you would do differently. Put the timestamp down below and say, I would have done this and that. I'm not claiming to know everything or have the best advice. I'm just trying to learn from my own mistakes and my own success. So I got the heartbeat baby monitor. Big circle pull here. I'm assuming most likely at this point, there's probably at least one player over here because we have 6 enemies remaining. So I'm trying to really make sure that nobody is here. And of course, you have the helicopter to deal with now. But if I start shooting down this helicopter right now, this next run where I have to run all the way to here is going to be absolute death. I want to try to lay low and not shoot unless I have to kill an enemy here first. I just have to move at this point. I can't wait any longer. As much as I hate it, because I had to make that huge jump, I'm not positive that people aren't behind me. Ideally, I would have been able to run on foot and clear out anybody on the way. Nothing show up on baby monitor, but they also might have the perks to block it, so I can't fully trust it. Making sure nobody's coming from behind me. Sitting at 7 kills. We're now down to 4 remaining enemies. Gas is here. I just have to go. As much as I hate it. So I hear shots going across. I don't know if that's another player, if that's the helicopter, but I just got to push in. I'm going to try to hide behind these loadouts and hope I choose wisely. Ooh, get shot, so I dive. I'm looking for him, I track him. Fortunately, he is a bot on aim, and I'm able to finish that kill. That one was crazy. Okay, here we go. We have the final circle before it closes. Right up here. There's a little ridge right here, which you can see a little bit in front of me, but not very big. And then there's a second ridge here. This whole top section, I know from past, is pretty much flat with no real trees. It's just these little thin trees. So you're not going to be able to get real cover behind those. However, there's also a helicopter. So I know there's one player in the helicopter. And then I heard one more player shooting somewhere in this direction, but they're using a silencer, so I don't know exactly where they are. I have two real options at this point. The first is to try to just shoot down the helicopter, hope the other guy shoots the helicopter with me, we team up for a little bit, and then we have our 1v1. However, if I start shooting the helicopter and he decides not to shoot the helicopter but to go after me, he wins that battle, and he'll probably beat the helicopter pilot at this point. So let's see what happens here.
Inbound. Safe zone relocated.
I'm searching, just making sure. Oh, there he is, right there. I saw a little head. There. You see that? That is a little human head running from left to right. I only got a small glimpse, but now I know about where he's located. There he is. Okay, so I know he's right about in that area. I still have the helicopter to deal with. Again, I don't want to shoot that helicopter because then that gives him a free chance to kill me. So I'm going to wait here as long as I can. I'm eventually going to have to go on top of this plateau, which is terrible positioning. So I'm just going to chill here as long as I can, hoping that someone else forces the battle. There you go. I got him on my ping, so I know the angle that he's at. I just heard him take a sniper shot, so I'm going to start pushing him, hoping he's still looking up at the helicopter. Okay, now he's hammering. This is my chance. This is what I didn't want to get caught in. Now he's hammering, he's probably reloading, and he's dead. So I know it's only me in the helicopter, so I just need to look up at the sky and make sure I don't get caught off guard. Boom, there he is. I heard him land. Now it's a 1v1. Let's go, baby. Absolute perfection of a game. This is a non-aggressive, more strategic mode, but I ended up the whole thing 0 deaths and 10 kills with the W. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed that, and make sure in the comments, let me know what would you have done differently. Where did I make mistakes? Where was my advice not sound? I don't pretend to know everything, and I'm looking for us as a community to come together so that we can get better every video, every round of Warzone.